Oh. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Triad Hip Hop Podcast. We back in the building.
Back in the motherfucking building, son. It's been a minute. Everybody decided
back with the jump on.
Yeah, I'm saying everybody decided to get married and shit. I'm like, well, niggas took out the trash. So there ain't nothing really to talk about. It's your boy Howie, my man.
Kurt, what's up, y'all?
What up? We got R2G2 in the house.
That's
in the house.
My man.
Man's in them.
Yeah, man. I just started making sure we follow his YouTube page because I didn't realize he had one, and I stumbled across it. So shout out to R2G2.
Okay,
we gotta follow your YouTube
follow
page.
YouTube.
I followed under my personal page and the Triad Hip Hop page. So
shout out to T. Lynn. Shout out to Germ Hatcher. That new joint he got. What is it? Why?
I forget the name of it, but it's pretty solid. Yeah, I like it, man. Germ Hatcher's in the building too. Yeah, so T. Lynn is definitely doing a good thing with him, and he's putting out some really good music, real solid music, man. You know what I mean? So shout out to him.
Oh, before we go any further, an extra shout out to my man Quavo from the Migos.
Quavo?
And I just want to say we appreciate the input that you gave with us on the show. You probably like, man, I don't know about these niggas, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. Hey, I really appreciate you, giving us the time of day because I know you're busy and I know you got other things to do. I sincerely appreciate it.
So, yeah, my man said Quavo gave us a little feedback, when he saw something. He saw a little clip from our show and left some feedback, so that was nice of him, man. You know what I mean? So we appreciate that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Quavo.
So how was your week?
My week was pretty good, man. I can't complain. Celebrated the birthday last week.
Oh yeah, let's clap that up. Let's
clap that up.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Hey, anytime you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Got to clap that up.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you go around the globe.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we got
a lot of people leaving here, man.
I'm telling you, man. Got another year under my belt, so I'm happy. Got a chance to go see a good comedy show. We went to see 85 South, and that was hilarious, man. Dudes is crazy, man. Went down to Fayetteville, saw that, So yeah, man, Fayetteville, home of J. Cole, and they represented. They played some J. Cole before the show.
Okay.
And they gave him some shout outs. So yeah, it was dope. It was a really good show. So, I can't complain. The work week went by really quick, so overall it's been a really good week. And thank you to everybody who wished me a happy birthday. My birthday was last Saturday, the 14th. So thank y'all for that. I really, really appreciate it.
And don't get it twisted. My man's Cash App is still open.
My man.
You got a chance to bless my man right now, all right?
I had a couple people, hit me up on the Cash App. I was
Get my man's up, right?
Okay, I appreciate you.
Get my man.
You know what I mean? So yeah, man. How about your week? How was yours?
Man,
you had the weddings to go to, right?
Man, I had the weddings. It was crazy, man. Trying to get the school shit together. So just to, on the kind of paraphrase. So I'm still in IT. I was about to fuck shit up. I'm still in IT, but now I'm minoring in journalism and mass communications.
Okay.
So I'm doing the minor in that. So hopefully I can translate some of those skills over into this.
Yeah, man.
That's the main thing doing that. So
that's dope, man. We definitely can use any help we can. We appreciate the few supporters that we do have. You know what I mean? So people like my man R2G2, he's always here, hanging out with us.
My girl Whip, my old
what's up, Whip?
Yeah, that's my old co-worker right there.
Appreciate you checking us out. You
know
what I mean?
Buddy right there. She's so cool.
Okay.
So cool.
That's what's up, man. We appreciate that, man. Anything else happen interesting on your week?
Man, motherfuckers got married, you know what I'm saying? Everybody falling in love and shit.
Yeah, man.
My ass over here like, I took the trash out.
I took the trash out.
I was like, hey, roaches got 6 legs. I flipped over the belly and counted them. Like, I'm doing that shit. Everybody falling in love and shit.
Right.
I counting roaches and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's about it.
It might be in the cards for your near future, man. She might be waiting on you, man.
Yeah,
she might be waiting on you, but we shall see. But anyway, this is episode 175, so we appreciate that. Yeah, man, we are closely getting closer to 200. So hope y'all are with us when we do the big 200 episode.
Yeah, big 200. It's gonna be big booty midgets.
Yeah, man.
Freestyling. It's gonna be cake. It's gonna be cocaine. Well, I don't know about the cocaine.
Cocaine.
I would never go into Curtis' house and up there rub my feet on the couch.
Triad Hip Hop. We're good now.
We're good.
This is episode 2000. What day is it?
Yeah, you know what? We on the moon, bitch.
You know what I mean? We're having them Scarface pounds of it in front of us. My little friend.
Oh, God.
But yeah, man. So before we get too heavy into the show, we got some people we want to give condolences to. So a couple of people we lost that were Wu-Tang affiliates, which was 12 o'clock and Murdoch. And then also we lost the famous Sonny Chiba, one of the famous martial artists that a lot of us grew up watching. If y'all know Jackie Chan, they kind of in that same boat. They've been doing it for years. So shout out to and condolences to them. Tell me more. You heard about 12 o'clock in Murdoch. Did you find out like what happened with them? Like, did they get like?
From what I understand, and this is just hearsay from another podcast, and I forgot. And shout out the name, but they did pass away. Around that time, when we had a little week hiatus.
Yeah.
So we didn't really get a chance to report on it. From what I understand, they were in Portland, Oregon.
Okay.
And they had an altercation with somebody.
Oh wow!
Shots rang out, and they got hit. So
dang, man.
Yeah, I hate that.
That's crazy, man. We should not. The older we get, we got to get away from that street life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I hate that even happened to him, but
damn, Portland, Oregon, of all places, though.
Right.
You don't really think about that. Yeah. You think Chicago or LA, not Portland.
Yeah, man.
They get busy down there.
Well, it's condolences to them and their families, you know what I mean, and also to the family of Sonny Chiba. Yep. I think the last movie that he was in was Kill Bill. I don't think he
had the joints.
Right. He was definitely representing in there, and I'm glad they got him to do that. But I don't think he'd done anything after that, not that I know of anyway.
Yeah.
But he's been a great actor and a great martial artist, and hate to see him go, man. But he did. He made it to a decent old age from what I understand. So I'm glad to hear that at least.
Yeah, but his influence on it too. His influence. I think the movie The Street Fighter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
I think Street Fighter, like the game.
Yeah.
Was.
Yep.
It was some had some inspiration from that.
I wouldn't doubt it, man. I mean, he was definitely big time. So I could see that being the case. That makes sense. So yeah, let's give them a moment of silence real quick just to pay our respects. All right. Thank y'all for doing that with us. We appreciate it. We got to pay them respects.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So we got a few birthdays to announce. I want to go ahead and jump into some birthdays. And, I got quite a few to catch up on. So back on my birthday, August 14th, just in case y'all forgot, I need that Cash App money.
He needs the money. Brothers and sisters. He needs funds allocated. I mean, my man's got to buy that $200,000 million jet. He got to keep up with Creflo Dollar right now.
Keep up with Creflo.
He got to keep up with Creflo. He need a jet.
I need that, man.
He need that jet money. Don't ask why. He need that.
I need it. It's doing the Lord's work.
That's right. Spreading hip hop all around the world. Spreading the good book of rhymes and beats. The good book of rhymes and beats.
Yeah, man. So yeah, but back on the 14th, also the boss had a birthday. That's she's been having some health issues, so I don't know any updates on that. But I heard last year this time she was having some health issues, so hopefully things have gotten better for her. But she shares the same birthday as me.
Shout out to both.
Yeah, if you're still struggling, get well soon. On the 15th, happy birthday goes out to Chief Keef and Nipsey Hussle. Rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle as well. So he had a birthday. On the 16th, my man Killer Priest from Wu-Tang and Charlie Baltimore, both of them had birthdays on the 16th. So happy birthday to them. On the 18th, another Wu-Tang member, Master Killer, along with Everlast. My man No Malice, Pusha Terrence's brother, and Tragedy Gaddafi.
Dang,
they all had birthdays on the 18th. Yep.
Dang, Leo energy.
Yeah, man.
Dang, Leo energy strong.
Yeah, Leo energy, man. Leo energy is in the building. You know what I mean?
Still ain't fucking with no cancer, though. We had our time to shine a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all time is over now.
Yeah.
So, you gotta let us shine.
Better go back in the sea, Oh, yeah.
But on the 19th, we had a couple of birthdays. My man Nate Dogg, rest in peace.
Oh, yeah.
Also Fat Joe and Romeo Miller. Happy birthday to all three of them.
All right.
On the 20th, we had two birthdays. The legendary KRS-One. When you suck the MCs want you please come out to play.
Hey.
And then also my man Little C's shares his birthday as well. So happy birthday to both of them. Coming up on the 22nd, my man Jizza, yet another Wu-Tang member. And then also coming up on the 23rd, my man Bone Crusher. Who am I? Bone Crusher, motherfucker. Y'all better know something about that, man.
I ain't never scared.
I ain't never scared.
What?
I'm kind of mad he hasn't come out with no music in a while, man. That dude was really dope. You know what I mean? So anyway, I believe that's it for my birthdays. So let's give them all a round of applause. You know what I mean? Happy birthday to each and every one of them.
Yes, salute.
Salute. And again, we really appreciate everybody who is checking us out. We're just doing our thing. We weren't going to have a show today, but last minute things kind of opened up, and then we were able to pull it off. So we appreciate y'all checking us out.
We really appreciate it.
And those of you who may go back and watch the replay, we appreciate you as well. Spread the word if you know anybody who wants to talk about hip hop and the culture in general.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
You know what I mean? Tell a friend. Hit all them buttons. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe.
And that's for Facebook, because they've been fucking with me this whole goddamn week.
Facebook is a trip,
Facebook fucking trip.
Man, trip, man. You can't get nothing past them. They're putting people in jail all the time.
Dude, man, they went back. Like, literally, they went back on me. I think I shared a post 5 years ago. Fucking forgot about it. Mm-hmm. I don't know what beef they got with Jim Carrey.
Okay.
But, so, and my... a friend of mine was for me like, yeah, they got beef with Jim Carrey because of the things he said. But I had Jim Carrey, and I guess, obviously 2015, this is when I didn't have a girlfriend and all this. I was in, a couple groups, ladies were there, single ladies, and they had little risque pictures. Not dirty pictures, but little risque pictures. And how they had the little, I ain't gonna say the GIF, because it wasn't a GIF. I think it was just more like a JPEG or like a photo.
It's a little meme or something.
Yeah. So I put on the joint, time to flap. And it was like Jim Carrey with, he got that little goofy look and he got his hand in his pants. I don't think he's really, if you look at it, he's not really doing that. I think it's from a movie.
Yeah.
I think it's from what it looked like, it was like Me, Myself, and Irene or something like that. So I don't know the premise of that, but I don't think he's doing that. Facebook came back like, oh, well, you're doing sexual content. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you can't even see anything. And even at that, it's a joke.
Right.
It's a joke.
Yo, they getting out of hand.
Yeah, they getting out of hand.
My man's Janelle Mitchell, he sent me a couple of posts because Facebook has basically put him in jail twice now.
Damn.
For shit he done did. It's like, what the fuck, man? He's like, I don't even get it. You know what I mean? It's really dumb stuff. You know what I mean? So I don't even get Facebook, man.
Man, Facebook about like that little, nerdy ass white kid that's like, everybody's having fun.
I have the power.
Yeah, everybody's having fun.
In your life.
He ain't. So he got to just call out every little fucking thing.
Right.
Like teachers, they're laughing too much.
Right. Foul on everything.
Yeah, it's like
that was too wrong.
That's too wrong. Oh, they're biting the cheese sandwich too hard.
Yo, you foolish, man.
Yeah, eat a dick, Facebook.
You know, it's crazy, man. I don't get it, man. But yeah. So let me get into a couple of things on the music front, real quick. My man's Tragedy Gaddafi is releasing a new album for 2021 called The Hidden Files.
Okay, that's what's up.
He's one of the most. We were just talking about him. He's one of the most underrated rappers from Queens. My man's always been having bars, you know what I mean? And a lot of times when I go back, I'm like, why is nobody ever talking about this verse that he did or that verse that he did? You know what I mean?
Now, remember when we did the freestyle on the 100th episode, didn't you use one of his, that was one of his or that was somebody else?
I can't remember.
I thought that was Tragic or Smooth or somebody.
I probably did.
Yeah.
I probably did. I can't even remember, man. But he's one of the dopest, man, from Queens that never really gets talked about enough. If you go back and listen to the song "L.A. L.A." when it was riding on the West Coast, because of the New York joint, he had one of the dopest verses on there. Him and Havoc had the two dopest verses on that song. So yeah, shout out Havoc. And Mobb Deep as well. But yeah, and also Cypress Hill, you got that self-titled album coming out. So tell me more. You know any more about that?
So the self-titled, it's a celebration of the 30 years of Cypress Hill, man. As a fan, I recommend you picking that up. I mean, if you want to understand Cypress Hill, that first album was like just crazy. I like it because it's just, you feel the energy from it. Like you can see that these guys were, they were green, but they kind of knew what they were getting into. They had fun. It was like that, it was, them expressing themselves. That first album was like, it was classic, it was a classic album.
Definitely a classic, man. I mean, a lot of the albums were classics, but that's always been my favorite, that very first one.
The first one, I like Black Sunday, but nah. Let me tell you something, though.
Temple
of Boom's and shit, but nah, you really want to get some ciphers? That fourth album.
Okay.
That fourth album, that's that shit right there.
Okay.
To this day. The fourth album. Shut up, be real. Yeah, that fourth album go hard.
I'm gonna have to go back and re-listen to that joint, man. But yeah, so they got that joint coming out at the end of the month, celebrating their 30-year anniversary. So that's what's dope about that. Also, Kendrick Lamar has announced that he is working on the album. He said it is going to be, unfortunately, his last album on TDE. He said after that he's going to still do music, but it's going to be under a different banner. You know what I mean? He said the name of it, but I cannot remember. But he's still doing his thing. It just won't be TDE anymore. No more Top Dog Entertainment after this album. So I don't know what the issue is behind that. He didn't really explain. Just put it out there. You know what I mean? So I don't care as long as we get Kendrick Lamar music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hopefully, what I'm saying, especially with everything that's been going out, man. Like, the Nas, King Disease 2 been hitting. Yeah. Everybody, did the Kanye album finally came out?
I don't know. I don't think so, but I don't know.
But everybody's anticipation of that. Yeah. So, man, I'm not saying he'll be slack, but I'm just saying I hope he delivers. Especially for him, at a time where people were really putting out music back to back to back, for him not to really put out music and everybody coming out, he's coming out with something. That really says a lot. And, and really, it's kind of risky in a sense too, because at the same, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people can't do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to, you know, some of these groups out here, but if some people did the same thing, you can't tell me that they'll be, oh, he's coming back out with an album. Like I mean, I think that's the problem right now with Bobby Shmurda. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He been going away, and that's no disrespect, but he been going away. He's trying to do shit that he was doing in 2015. Yeah. You know, it's 2020, it's damn near 2022 now.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I get it, you know.
But yeah, I mean, we'll see, man. I mean, I think it's gonna still be a good album. And you know, Dr. Dre, he about to release an album too.
Oh yeah.
So everybody's been kind of talking about it. Somebody else came out recently and said they heard Dr. Dre's album as well. Because I know I said Grandmaster Flash talked about it, but somebody else after him came out and said it's top notch. You know, they talk really highly of it. So Dre, you need to come on and release that joint too, man. So we waiting on that as well. I don't care if it's detox or retox or whatever, man. Just put it out.
Chronic 2020.
You know?
No, the Crons is.
Right.
See what I did there?
Right.
Crons is.
Chronicles or something.
Yeah, the Crons is.
All right, man. Well, let's jump into some topics real quick. And like I said, don't forget, hit all the buttons, like, share, subscribe. Yep. Like, share, subscribe. Yep. Like, share, subscribe.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Tell a friend. You know what I mean?
Touch somebody's hand.
You know, if you refer somebody, I'll give you $1,000. No, I'm not. But still, refer somebody.
But if you do it, let me tell you something. I'll give you some of this ABC gum. Yeah, already been chewed. Been in the finest of molars right here. The finest of molars.
Exactly. Authentic, you know.
Finest of molars.
We only chew the best, you know.
Chew the best.
We only chew the best, you know. All right, so I don't know if anybody heard it, but Tory Lanez did actually respond to Cassidy.
Oh yeah, I've been meaning. Yeah, speaking of her,
he never got. I don't think Cassidy ever sent anything back though. This was like right before my birthday. I think we mentioned it lightly, but I'm still waiting to see what Cassidy going to do. I don't know if he kind of just leaving it alone or if he actually cooking up something. But to me, you waiting a little bit longer if you're going to throw something out there. This is one of those things where if you're going to respond, it need to be like within 2 or 3 days. You know what I mean? Don't need to be weeks down the line, you know?
Yeah, man. I had to give it to him. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, because especially him being an R&B cat,
right?
It's like these R&B cats, man. I mean, you know, shout out to Chris Brown and everybody, man. He's trying to get busy on the bar,
right?
And I mean, I have to respect that too, man. I like the fact that you know these guys are talented. To you know, they can both sing and rap. You know what I'm saying? You got to shout out to Drake for that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, as far as like the format and what they have brought to the table, you know, sonically and stuff like that.
Yeah, man.
So, man, I mean,
most definitely.
Yeah, man, it's just been getting crazy because like with that, and then you know Royce and you know Lupe.
Yeah,
everybody's having their little skirmish and stuff. It just
man, it's crazy, man. I'm assuming the Royce and Lupe thing is done with. I mean, I haven't heard nothing new on the new front on that, but I'm assuming they're done with that. So, you know, I wonder if they're still going to go back and do the podcast. That's what I'm really wondering. They had just got it into the podcast, so I wonder if they're going to continue that.
I thought they said like, nah.
That's what I thought too, but
I'm just saying. I think if they get back on good terms and then like look money, and they'd be like,
right. Right. Yeah, you know, we'll see. But it would be nice, you know what I mean? Podcasts are always good to hear from your favorite rappers and stuff like that, you know, so. But anyway, we're going to talk a little bit more, I guess, about the Locks and Dipset because we didn't get to go into that much detail the last time because we were kind of rushing to end the show. We were running.
Yeah, somebody was trying to see a movie. Nah, it's much as my fault too because I like got there late. I was like on Black People Time 10 time. Like I got there like it was bad. So part of that's my fault too.
It was all his fault. We're gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, it was. I take the blame. I'm responsible.
But yeah, I did go to the movies. I went and saw Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah, so
that was really good.
I liked it. I saw it on the HBO. I seen it on the HBO.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it like this. And, at least it was, the $14.99.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to pay the $14.99 plus 30 to see some shit.
Right.
And I do all that shit.
You gotta. Did you ever see Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, I seen Mortal Kombat.
Too.
Yeah,
okay.
I kind of had a little mixed feelings about
okay.
it, but I thought it was okay overall. Now, that beginning was everything.
Yeah,
I love that beginning.
Yeah, they did a great job.
Yeah, they should have just opened scene. And the only thing I didn't like, they gave my man the arm.
Oh yeah.
They gave him them 99-cent arms from the fucking dollar store. Talk about here you go, nigga. And my man up there hitting that bag, crying and shit. Looking like a rock'em sock'em robot and shit.
We had the $6 million man back in the day. This nigga was a $6 man at first.
$6, nigga, 6 cents. They like, just get these little metal joints together and just put them shits on.
We can rebuild them, but we don't want to spend a lot of money.
Oh no.
Anybody got some pocket change?
Yeah.
Get those tin cans and old staples over there. Let's put an arm together.
Yeah, let's do that. We gonna MacGyver some shit,
right? But yeah. So we want to talk a little bit more about the Lox and Dipset. I really, really enjoyed it. I mean, of course, we all know the Lox came out victorious, but I will give props to Dipset because they had a really good performance. Like when they did Dipset Anthem, that was really big. Oh Boy was a really good song, and then Ballin' was really good. But overall, the Lox still came out on top. You know what I mean? And it's not much to say about it for me. It's just I keep going back and replaying it. You know what I mean? Like the Who Shot Your freestyle.
Oh God, man!
I mean, they killed it, man. I mean, they was doing like what real hip hop is supposed to be. They was calling them out for their shit. Like when Jim Jones did Ballin', and he was like, "Yeah, get me right. Let me put my little jury on." And they was calling him out for that shit being corny. They was like, "That shit is corny, man." And I mean, it's cool, but it's like they was like, "We on a different level. We here for hip hop. We're not here for flashiness." So I like that. The Lox was really in a state of mind of pure hip hop. You know what I mean? So what did you all?
Well, I mean, that's my thing about it. Like I stated, man, I'm glad it happened.
Yeah.
I'm glad the Lox got on top. I was just a little disappointed of the Dipset because, not the Dipset, but I love the Dipset. But I was a little disappointed of Dipset because of the fact, man, like I know like Cam was that dude, man.
Yeah.
Like Cam was that dude.
Yeah, he could have done a lot more.
I think if Cam would have dug in his catalog a little, like, before the Dipset stuff, I think it'd have been a different outcome.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the Lox would still win it, but I don't think it would have been. I think they would have had at least the Dipset would. Quick, I don't mean to keep saying the Dipset. I think Dipset would have had a little bit more wins under their belt because I think the Lox had one thing I have to say. The Lox had was they had an answer to everything. I think that's something that they wouldn't count on.
Oh yeah. Especially when they started calling on them about the girl records. They was like, man, you ain't got nothing for the ladies. And Kiss just was like, okay, Tech, let's show them what we got. You know what I mean? They was going through all the joints, Ride or Die Chick. We were just talking about that earlier before the show. That's a classic right there. What was some of the other girl joints they did? They did
Jenny Around the Block.
Yep, the Mariah Carey.
Knock Yourself Out.
Yep, Knock Yourself Out. Mariah Carey and Mary J. They did.
Yeah, what's crazy about it too, man? Even though they were chick songs, they were still hard.
Hard as fuck.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like it's really. You can't do that. Like you can't.
Yeah, man.
Like Drake can't do that.
Yeah. I remember when J-Lo did the joint with them, and I remember thinking, is this gonna work out? And then when they started rapping, I was like, oh shit, it's hard as fuck, but it still worked because it was like, she was trying to represent her roots in the Bronx. You know what I mean? So it worked out. You know, it needed that hardcore balance to it. It didn't need nothing, soft on there. You know, it didn't need a Drake on there. You know what I mean? It needed that
Okay,
Locks.
so with that, I mean, and no disrespect to the Locks, but the Locks ain't from the Bronx. They from Wyatt. They
are from YL.
Yeah.
But, it was just good to have that hardcore hip hop on there. But, it's you're right though. She was repping the Bronx, but
and then like, why didn't you get like a Fat Joe?
Fat Joe,
you know what I'm saying? Especially like someone because she's an ethnicity. I have trouble saying that word.
Yeah.
Don't judge.
Yeah, she's
but anyway,
Hispanic. Fat Joe's Hispanic.
Yeah, that's all I'm getting.
Yeah.
But then too, I can understand because I think maybe the voice, the range, like they're Jada and Styles, they're kind of they're lower on the register, and you probably need that lower male energy to carry that song as opposed to because like Fat Joe, he's he's a little bit more higher. I would give him more like I guess you would say like a baritone, not necessarily a tenor per se, but borderline tenor baritone.
Yeah,
and I guess that she want that bass. Beat.
Yeah, it worked out. You know what I mean? It worked out. It was a really good song. I remember I was bumping it a lot, because of their part. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So it was dope, man. But yeah, and then as far as the whole verses, man, I'm excited to see where they go from here. I hope they have some more good matchups like that. But I think it's gonna be hard for anybody to really top that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because really, man, I think that one and the Earth, Wind, and Fire one and Isley Brothers probably like my favorite.
Yeah, most definitely.
And I've yet to see I need to see the Bounty Count one, because
Bounty Killer
Bounty Killer and Beanie Man, because they said that one was
good. Yeah, that was a really good one. That was there was a lot of love in that one too. You know what I mean? Because,
and that's the thing is just those verses were kind of love. You know what I'm saying? Like now this one was like this was war.
Yeah, man. This was definitely.
And
war.
they came out ready.
It was like get Dipset out here now. Who was that Styles?
Get them niggas out, son. Get them niggas out. Now what tripped me out was what tripped me out always, man. All the beasts with all the crews are edging on the stage.
Yeah,
they were getting closer, and it's like, man, we good, man. Look, man, you just shit. Hey, yo, give that nigga a hug. I was like, yo, how you gonna make give that nigga a hug like hard? Like, give that nigga a hug, so wrap my nigga up, say.
Yeah, man, wrap my nigga up. Because what it was, the crew was getting testy. I think, like the Dipset had a lot of people with them, and so their people was getting kind of in their feelings, I guess, about the whole thing. Because the Locks was talking about a lot of shit to them.
Oh yeah.
So a lot of niggas from the streets don't like that. So they was trying to let them know it's all love. You know what I mean? We just doing this for hip hop. So I think that's why he was like, yeah, get a nigga a hug or something. You know what I mean? To let these niggas know. We wanted to know, this ain't no real fight. You know what I mean? But it was still good. I didn't like the whole issue with Cam and the kick.
Yeah,
but I'm glad they squashed that.
Man.
It wasn't no big deal, but you could tell he was kind of in his feelings. You know what I mean? Because they wasn't looking that good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What was funny was what's my man named Freaky Zeke. He was just dancing all night, just kind of in his own little world. You know what I mean? If you go back and look at it, it was a lot of times where he was just off to the side dancing, and it was like there was a lot of memes about it, talking about I want that Freaky Zeke energy or something like that. Because he wasn't really big on the songs, but he still represented as far as being in the building.
So let me ask you this: Stars was saying that. And of course, this was a couple weeks ago. Star was saying, and I think we discussed this, but Star was saying Jadakiss is the greatest of all time. Do you agree?
I don't think so. Matter of fact, we didn't do a question of the day, but I don't consider him the greatest of all time per se. I mean, he's definitely in the top tier of hip hop. But I don't think he's the greatest of all time. I will give him very close because he's well-rounded. You got to have the bars. You got to have the stage presence. You know what I mean? You got to have the entertainment value where you can, really keep people keep their attention.
Yeah.
And he's good at that.
Yeah, he definitely commanded
so
that
he's
crowd.
Definitely one of the best when it comes to that. There's not too many people who can do all of that type of stuff. So I do give him credit for that, but I don't think he is the one, to me. What do you think?
Nah, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that too. Nah, he's not the greatest. Now, one thing I will say, I think as for Star to say that is a testament to the greats that he was around.
Yeah,
now, as far as like definitely. What the great, Jada. I mean, Jada was out the, B.I.G. The Puffy camp, the Rough Rider camp with DMX. Yep. So like the people he was around, the people that the Locks were around, as far as those greats, yeah, I think you could say that and that says that's a testament, to the greats, to like, Jada's this because of that. Yeah. In my opinion.
I agree.
And you know what I'm saying? I'm not taking nothing away from Jada Kiss, man, because he did the damn thing. The man did the damn thing. I mean, he had other, you know what I'm saying? He had a little, Tyler the Creator gay ass getting moist and shit.
Yeah, that was funny when he talked about
that. Shout out to my, because I had to give it to him, man. I like the critique. I really like the critique that he gave on that. He really did a good job on that critique. So shout out to Tyler.
Gotta give him that.
Yeah, man.
Definitely. I give Tyler the Creator a lot of credit because he's a good rapper. You know what I mean? But yeah, he did get a little moist over Jada.
He got a little moist. Just a little moist.
But anyway, yeah, I mean, the verses was really good. The Locks brought the energy, and I think that's what helped them to win, because not only were there better performers, but they brought the energy. You know what I mean? Dipset was good, but they didn't bring the same level of energy that the Locks had.
I think that they had the energy and they had the chemistry. And I think that's what's going to happen when they go on tour. And I really hope they have a rematch so they can kind of redeem it.
Yeah, they're on tour now. I think they're already on tour together, so they're probably doing little rematches on their tours. Just part of the tour. Because I mean, if they're smart, I would incorporate that into each show. You know what I mean? Get the crowd involved. Who y'all think better? We're gonna have a mini verses real quick. Blah blah blah. So yeah, what I mean, that's what's up. I think they should do that. But I believe, I think one of them is working on something new. I can't remember. Seemed like I remember one of them saying that they were working on something new.
Like Jim Jones, is it? No, I mean, of course, Jim Jones has been kind of consistent.
The Locks.
The Locks.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, one of them I think is working on something new right now.
It's probably Styles, I think.
Probably, yeah. It's Styles. Styles. He's doing Beloved Part 2.
Okay.
Remember him and Dave East did that Beloved joint, because both of their names is David. So and David is translated to Beloved. So yeah, they're doing Part 2 of that. So I think that's dope. So I knew it was something I heard. So I forgot about that on the music front. So did you want to say anything more about the Locks and Dipset before we move into the category?
Well, let's move into the question of the day.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Let's make this our question of the day, because
Damon
Wayans has announced, he wants to go against Chappelle.
Damon Wayans for Dave Chappelle.
Yep. Who do y'all think is would win in that comedy versus? You know what I mean? That would be a good one, because I mean they both have iconic status. Now I have to admit, I think it would be close, but I do think Chappelle might get it. Chappelle, I think. Damon Wayans, I don't think he's been doing a lot of touring or, any stand-up or anything like that lately. So, he's not as fresh as Chappelle. That's the only reason why I would say that. But
the crowd favorite.
Yeah, Damon Wayans is really, he's really funny, because his old stand-up used to have me dying. You know what I mean? When he was like real puny, he did like an HBO stand-up, and he did some other stuff. But yeah, he's real funny. So he can definitely do it, but I would love to see it, man. What do you think? Who do you think will win?
I don't know, man. It'd be kind of close. Carcino for life. Shout out to Carcino.
Carcino.
Yeah, he had an excellent breakdown of that. I would probably say Dave as far as like the crowd favorite. But I don't know, man. Damon Williams. Yeah, Wayans. I don't know why I keep saying Williams. It's like, how are you fucking up with names?
I think there is a Damon Williams. That's a comedian.
Yeah, and that's what it is. It keeps throwing me off. But Damon Wayans, we're going to get these names right today, all right? Yeah. Damon Wayans has got some iconic stuff, man. Stuff from the movies.
Yeah.
Blank Man. He was funny on the Living Color skit. Two men on film.
Right.
Hated it.
Man, that used to have me dying, man. Him and David Allen Greer.
Yeah, man. So I mean,
was foolish with that.
Stupid. I think they was. I really think that Damon he's got some stuff. But the thing of it is like, how is he going to? How are they going to do it? Because that's comedy is a whole different format than singing and rap. Right. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I mean, that is a good one. I mean, if they really buckle down, they can figure out something. But I don't know how they would do it. I've been trying to figure that out myself. Like, what would you do? Would they do like live jokes against each other just to snap on each other? Or would they just play some scenes from both of their movies and stand-ups to see who likes what? What would they do? Or it could be a little bit of both. I don't know. But I like the idea. I do like the idea. So we'll see what happens. I mean, y'all let us know in the comments what y'all think, Damon Wayans or Dave Chappelle, because I think that's a good, interesting matchup.
And second question, to tie up with that question, if this is successful, the comedy versus, if it's successful, who's next?
Right. You know who would be good, since they've been having a little bickering between each other over the years, would be Kevin Hart and Cat Williams.
I ain't on front. I love Kevin Hart, but he been kind of slack. I think Cat Williams is smoking.
Yeah, I think Cat Williams would
Cat
take it when it comes to just overall, just off the top, cracking on each other. They would both do good, but I think Cat might have the edge on that. But I think they would be a good matchup against each other. Who else? Let's see.
I think. Let me see here. I tell you what. Actually, this wouldn't be fair, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it anyway. Jerry Steinfeld.
Okay.
Jim Carrey.
Okay. I would like to see
I don't think it would be fair.
Yeah.
Because I think Jerry would slaughter Jim Carrey.
Yeah, Jerry,
I'm just going to be honest with you. I mean, as far as like, how high up he is.
Yeah, Jim Carrey is better at entertaining crowds and doing like movie comedy.
Jim is very physical too.
Yeah, physical.
And that's one thing I like about Jim. Yeah, Jim's very physical.
But Jerry Seinfeld would be better with jokes off top of the head and stuff like that. He's really good at that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll see. That would be a good one. You know what I mean? That would be a good one. Any other ones you can think of?
Let's see here. Would Letterman count?
Who? Letterman? Oh. Yeah, I mean, that would be nice. Maybe him and Leno.
That's what I was thinking.
Go up against each other.
That's what I was thinking.
Just kind of do something for old time's sake.
Ooh. I know I keep throwing these white comedians out here. Andrew Clay Dice.
Oh, Andrew Dice Clay. Yeah.
Andrew Dice Clay versus Bob Saget.
Oh, yeah, man. Bob Saget would get smoked.
No! Bob Saget!
Hey, Dice Clay is not to be fucked with.
Bob Saget got some shit! Bob Saget is what I do!
Bob Saget is funny, but Dice Clay would smoke that ass. I'm telling you, man. Y'all gotta let us know. Anybody who's old enough to know these two, please let us know, because we gotta settle this, man. I think Andrew, man, have you ever listened to old Andrew Dice Clay stand up?
To be fair, I haven't.
Man, listen,
but let me tell you something.
Go back. I'm telling you.
Let me tell you something. Have you ever seen my man on half baked talking about, you ever suck dick for fun? Because I suck dick. I
forgot about that.
With a straight
face. Hey, you're right. That was So two things you want to go back and check out though. On Dice Clay, go back and check out his stand-up, any Andrew Dice Clay stand-up. And then he had a movie called Ford Fairlane. Go check that out. And, make your decision after that. Trust me, man, that dude is hilarious, man. I don't know what he's doing these days, but I would love to see that. I would love to see that.
Just to get some more black comedians in here, someone mentioned, and actually I think Carcino mentioned this, Eddie Griffin versus Cat Williams.
Oh, yeah. Eddie Griffin,
that would be crazy.
Eddie Griffin against Cat Williams, or it could be Eddie Griffin against somebody like even Marlon Wayans. Because Marlon and him are real good physical comedians. They both do a lot of physical
but I think Eddie would mop.
Eddie would probably take that too.
Eddie would mop.
Who else? Who else? It's some other people I can't think of right now.
Eddie Murphy versus the industry.
Man, what?
Eddie Murphy all day.
How about like
get the fuck out of here.
Martin Lawrence versus Chris Rock? That would be a good one.
I think Chris would take it.
Think Chris will take it?
I think Chris would take it.
Okay.
I mean, Martin, I don't know. Some of Martin's stuff to me, don't translate well with stand-up.
Okay.
That's just me.
I feel
Chris, he's very political, and I mean, he knows how to. You know what I'm saying? I think Chris' style is just going to be a little bit better, and that's just my opinion. Okay. But I ain't saying that Martin don't have it. Right. I just think some of the stuff is topics.
Martin, I think, is still funny, and he's actually still touring. I still see advertisements for his touring, so he's still doing his thing. But I think he did have the jokes a little bit better back in the day of Def Jam and all of that. He could do a lot more off the top back then. These days, I think he's getting a little relaxed, and he probably does a lot more written stuff, but not as much off the top. So I do think Chris Rock would be better in that respect. So yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people, man, that we could talk about, man. But comedy versus would be interesting. I think they just have to figure out the format.
Yeah.
Get that format down and figure out how you want to do it. And even if you can't, experiment with some shit like you did with the early verses where they were just split screening it. And then we got the format down, you know what I mean? So, you might have to experiment with some people. Gary Owen would be good for verses.
Yeah, I think Gary Owen, who could
he go against, man? He's good off top of the head, too. I don't know. Maybe Gabriel Iglesias, he's really good. You ever see him?
Yeah. Fluffy? Really, you talking about Fluffy?
Yeah, he's good.
I don't know. I think Gary would get him.
Yeah, I can see
Gary's. I mean, come on, that motherfucker won Black Comic of the Year. He's a white guy.
That would be a tough one, though. Yeah, you might be right, though.
Yeah, that whole shit had me crying up when all that shit happened to black people.
Yeah,
and all these actors are like, yeah, man, we gotta be nice to black people. We gotta do this. And Gary's like, I don't understand. I've been here the whole time. I love black people. I love them.
He ain't lying, though. You know what I mean? He's been doing this thing for a minute, man. So definitely shout out to both of them, Gary Owen and Gabriel Iglesias.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But anyway, we can go ahead and move on to our next topic here. I want to mention something real quick. I saw an article that I didn't get to tell you about how MC Solar.
Okay.
They found out that he ripped off a bunch of money from Guru's retirement money.
Wow.
As well as his life insurance.
Oh, yeah.
His life insurance.
Oh, this greasy.
Covering his family and shit like that.
This greasy.
Dude, man, I said, that's some fucked up shit right
there.
Oh,
man, when I read the whole, what was it? It was a Wikipedia years ago. And I knew that was some bullshit that, like, Guru came out of his car.
Lying,
talking about so Solar, gets all the rights, this, that, and went right back in. Like, nah, you need to stop.
He just
come on,
saying, "Oh yeah, I just want y'all to know, Solar is the
man." Yeah,
all right, I'm out again. No, sir, nobody believed that. Up. Nobody believed it then, and nobody believes it now.
Let's ooh this nigga.
Right.
And I see you in the street, so I ain't gonna. I better not say that because I don't know how deep you running on this shit.
But
I ain't no violence.
His real name is John Mosher. But yeah, they know him as MC Solar. But yeah.
Give that nigga a hug.
I ain't giving that nigga no hug.
Give that nigga a hug.
Not after what he did.
With the knife work, though.
You know?
With the knife work.
Let me give you a hug. Give that nigga. But yeah, you know, we joking, but you know, I really think that's foul. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Find out that he was you know, embezzling money out of this man's retirement money and his life insurance. I mean, it's like, come on, man. What kind of low down person are you? You know what I mean?
You're supposed to have skills to pay the bills.
Exactly.
Like if you're I mean, don't get me wrong, I know everybody that's a rapper cannot get paid. I get that. And I understand the fact that, you know, some people, you know, they had to resort to other things, you know, especially with this whole, you know, the pandemic and everything going on. But man, like your own people like that, like, come on, man, that's greasy. That's greasy.
Your life sucks, so you're going, you know, drain somebody else because your life is fucked up. You know what I mean? So that's terrible, man. But anyway, so yeah, just wanted to bring that up, you know what I mean? Because I just saw that story earlier today. I was like, yo, that's fucked up. But we gotta talk about this OnlyFans joint, man. OnlyFans, what y'all ladies gonna do? You know, they taking away the sexuality, and all of y'all making a pretty dime off of that. You know, some of y'all done bought houses off of that shit.
Dang.
I know. I follow a lot of you. You know what I mean? And they be
on the OnlyFans,
yeah, all from OnlyFans. They be getting whole houses like built from fucking scratch.
Damn.
You know, and they be, you know, showing it. Look at what I did. You know, I'm making money. Thank y'all for all the love over the years. You know, and I'm like,
content creating.
Yeah, so it's just like, what are y'all going to do? You know, you're going to have to find a different platform to pop it open, you know, and that's why I never really did the OnlyFans. You know, I'm not paying you for something that I can see for free elsewhere. You know,
Pornhub is still there.
Available.
XNXX is still there.
RedTube is available.
Yeah, X Hamster is available in the building.
You know, so it's
Harry Palms and all.
You know, so I'm like, I'm just not doing it. You know, I'm not paying you. And half of the time, even like following some of them on Instagram, you know, you look good, but you can tell outside of this still picture or this little 2-second video, it's really not much more to you. You know what I mean? So I'm only following you just for the visual effects. You know what I mean? So, you know,
which we appreciate.
We appreciate you.
We appreciate.
So keep doing that. You know, you're just gonna have to be dressed up when you do it now. You know, and you can't charge. You know, if you charge, it's gonna have to be for something else, like people watching you cook or some shit.
You know what trips me up though, man? Like today, I was on my Instagram. And I seen these people took these vintage photos of black women, like I think in the 40s, you know, they were young, 40s through the 60s. And man, these women were so beautiful. Like they were pretty women, but they were dressed in nice clothes.
Yeah.
They wasn't like, you know, shaking their ass and stuff like that. Not saying that if you do that, it's bad. Right. But I'm just saying like what we kind of went to, you know what I'm saying? Like, how come we can't celebrate someone having classy clothes and being a lady, you know?
Yeah, because I mean, if there's a lot of times when I see stuff like that where I'm like, that's more sexy to me than you taking it all off. You know what I mean?
Which I appreciate y'all taking it all off. I'm gonna let you know right now. I appreciate it.
But sometimes sexiness is more than just that. You know what I mean? And sometimes you have to examine yourself and say, is this really all I have? You know what I mean? Is this really all I have? And I mean, some of y'all, that's all it is. That's all it is, some of them. Yeah. So, you know, I mean, like you said, I appreciate you. And I'm going to keep watching you on IG and all those, you know, places, you know, the hidden places that we all know about.
But jelly ready. On the ready, boy.
But that's it. You know, I'm not paying you for something I can see for free. I just can't do it. You know, that's you ain't nobody paying me for nothing, so I ain't paying you.
Hey, be real. You know? Be real with you. Be real with you. What I can get for free.
Right. Exactly.
All right. Exactly. Well, not free because I mean, no matter Ice-T is right about that. No matter what, you know, you're gonna pay
some
for
sort of transaction.
There's some sort of transaction somewhere down the line.
You know.
But, you know, we'll just say, you know, basically or theoretically free.
Yeah. But yeah, it's all a transaction, but still, you know, I just wonder what they're going to do. They saying that there's some other places around there, but I don't think they can charge in some of these other places. So,
well, I thought the idea was for them to go maybe to Patreon.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
Maybe so. I don't know. I never really dealt with Patreon that much, so I don't really know it like that. But yeah. So that was an interesting topic that I saw that OnlyFans was banning sexual, videos of a sexual nature. I think you can still do sexual stuff. Just you gotta have some clothes on. Can't just pop it all open. Right there.
Which I mean, that's basically what they're doing anyway with Instagram.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see, but
pretty much same as Instagram. But it is what it is. Maybe they'll be able to flash a side boob. Be like, hey, there's a side boob. You can't see the nipple, but there's a side boob.
Well, there was some. I forgot how long ago the women were surgically getting the nipples removed so they can just. That's like I'm like, that's a little nuts.
That's a little extreme.
That's a little extreme.
I wouldn't do that. But I ain't gonna lie too. I always thought that was crazy. You know what I mean? That whenever they censor content, it's always you can't see the nipple. So you can put like a little shoestring over the nipple, but you can see all this balls and titties everywhere.
I ain't gonna
perfectly fucking fine.
I ain't gonna lie. I seen some shit on Instagram that I was like, how the fuck they getting away with this?
For real.
There's some shit that I've seen.
Damn.
That I was like especially this a lady that I followed that I will not say.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was one that it was like, yeah, I don't see
how you getting away with that.
Getting away with that.
But it is what it is, man, and we going to enjoy it until it stops being available.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So anyway, we gotta before we close out the show, we gotta talk about this big situation with Brother Polite.
What's your clear? 2343.
They're closing in on you, bro.
Yeah, we kind of had to be kind of quiet because
Yeah.
But
I mean, because at first it was just some allegations, but now the man has got arrested. So I don't know. It's not looking too good for you, bro.
He got hit with the
Yeah, man.
with the joint.
Gotta hit him, man. But it's kind of it's. I wonder what's gonna happen because I mean he didn't go into detail when he spoke about it, but he did kind of in a roundabout way just deny, saying nothing like that happened. But he kept saying he couldn't talk about it because he wanted his lawyers to explain. But from what I understand, two things I know. One, the girl was like 14. And two, from what I understand, his semen was on her shirt. So that don't look too good, bro. I don't know how that could have happened with a 14-year-old, but how do you explain that? I would love to know. You know what I mean?
Man, I don't know, man. I was with Polite, the whole, not the whole conscious community, because that's one thing I kind of hate because it's just like the whole conscious community suffers now because like he got hit and it's like, oh, I tell y'all niggas was no good. I mean, no different than like, Christian preachers, they get hit with something and it's like, now you're gonna label all Christians like, oh, they all like this. Like, no, this one was a bad apple. Polite, I mean, some stuff I kind of listen to, some stuff I kind of tune out from him.
Yeah.
I don't particularly like him. But that don't mean, what I'm saying? At the same time, though, the situation that he's in, I definitely don't wish that on nobody. But at the same time, man, like if he did that, man, it's just,
it's just sad, man, because he's one of those that, he follows the creed that it's okay to have multiple wives, which I don't argue that because I'm not against that. But if you got that situation already going on, you got multiple wives, and he spoke about how over the years he's had so many girls that he's had sex with, and how, oh, I'm good, because I've already lived out all my fantasies of having all these women and all the cars and homes and all of that. So, it's like, why do you feel like you would need to do that if that is what happened?
Maybe,
if, that's, allegedly.
Yeah, some people, if they did all they could do, and you gotta think, man, like once you're into that type of stuff, it's like, well, what can top that? What could be the next thing? And then you try to add that to your next thing.
Right.
And then, there's also the people giving him flack because, oh, well, he come out of the, Malachi York camp, because the whole situation with him, with, molesting an underage kid.
Yeah, exactly.
Alleged, because I really can't say on that. But, you know what I'm saying? So you have all that in the mix. You have, it's just bad all around. And I think of it, and the thing of it is just like, shout out to Urban X, and they made a good observation. It's like no one's really crying out for that victim. Everybody from the conscious community, not everybody, but people from the conscious community is like trying to defend bro pro life. And they're like, oh, well, they could have did this, the semen could have been the mom's, and then the mom put the shirt on, on the daughter and stuff. Right. And it's like, yeah, but there's an actual victim. Like this person got victimized. Like, that's what we need to really focus. We need to focus on that, that young lady so she can heal.
Yeah, because that's the most important part. Check her out, make sure she's not going through any kind of PTSD type of stuff, dealing with this. Because she knows what really happened, if anything happened.
Yeah.
Hopefully she's not like lying for him to try not to get him in trouble. But I don't know, man. I just don't see how he's gonna get around this. What you gonna say? I was beaten off and I used her shirt before she put it on. You know what? You know what I mean? I just just handled my business before I gave her a shirt.
Yeah, but that don't make sense because then the other thing with the multiple women.
Right.
Yeah.
So why would you shouldn't even have to do that?
Yeah, wouldn't have to do that. You should have ladies do that.
I don't know, but your DNA should definitely not be on this little girl's shirt for any reason. You know what I mean? So we have yet to hear more, but I do know that he's been officially arrested. So, because I remember when it first came out, I was like, okay, maybe it won't be that bad. But the next thing I know, they was like, this brother has been arrested. I was like, damn. If they arrested you, they got enough evidence against you, bro. So they ain't arresting you for nothing. They at least got something that makes them feel like it. And I don't know if it's the semen shirt or something else or a combination. But it's really sad, because if he did do something like that, like you said, he's got all of this stuff. What is it, like a bucket list thing?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, why would you even want to do that? I don't even understand what would be attractive to a grown ass man to a little ass girl.
Yeah.
I have seen young girls who look like grown women, but they are only attractive because they look like grown women. There's nothing attractive about you if you actually look like a young girl.
That's even like now that, sometimes just to get into like some of my classes on campus, now, and, the women in the class, like, I don't look at them like that. Because it's like, and even though they're legal, respectively, I just don't look at them like that because it's like, these are kids. This is somebody's daughter. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's weird. It's weird. Like now when you're a kid, you've been like, yeah. Right. But now it's like, and even, especially with them being, black females, they're more, curvy and voluptuous and developed. Then, I'm not all white girls, but you know what I'm saying? But they're, and it's just like, I don't really look at them like that.
Yeah.
I don't look, it's just because they're a kid.
Yep. Exactly. So I don't see why he would even have to feel like, he needed to do that. But, y'all let us know if y'all get any updates. We'll keep y'all updated the best we can on this Brother Polite situation. I'm like you. I never really been a big fan of his. Because a lot of stuff he says, I'm like, nah, I don't agree with that. But I do give him credit for trying to be part of that conscious community, because he does say some stuff that I'm like, okay, I can agree with that. But I think for me, I agree with maybe like 30 to 40% of what he said.
Just
the other 60 or 70, I can't.
Yeah, some stuff I just think he be shooting at his ass.
Right, right. I agree. Definitely agree. But what's the name talked about him? Kwame Brown.
Oh,
yeah, Kwame Brown did a whole segment on him because of what was going on. You know, he was, he didn't say that he knew him personally, but he was just like, if you was really innocent, you would have been more straight up. You wouldn't have been like, well, my lawyers will talk about it, and you'd be trying to proclaim your innocence and all of that. You know what I mean? You would have been open about it. But
I'm telling you, man, even though they trying to push that, when you become pederast, especially in the black community, that shit ain't good at all.
At all.
At all.
Because that, especially if he comes out with a guilty charge, that's going to be a stain on him forever from now on.
Done.
Even if he comes out innocent, it's still going to look bad that you got accused. You know what I mean? I don't know, but hopefully he didn't really do it. You know what I mean? Because I think that's disgusting to even think to do something like that with somebody who's, that young. And I'm a grown ass man. And when I look at girls who are like 18, 19, 20, I don't care how legal you are. I'm like, nah.
You're a kid.
No, you're still a kid. You know what I mean? So I can't ride with that, man. But we shall see, man. Did you have anything else you wanted to throw out before we wrap up the show?
No, I think that's it. Just check with us. I'll have this uploaded around 9-ish. 9-ish with the audio. We appreciate y'all checking us out. Shout out to the people on StreamYard.
Yeah.
Shout out. And when is T-Land supposed to meet up with us sometime?
You know what? I gotta get up with her and see. We might be able to. Maybe we can pull something off next week because I wasn't sure we were going to be doing the show today. Like you said, it was a last minute thing. So but I'll get with her and see when is a good time for her, and we'll kind of go from there. Because I know she got some tips and tricks for us to help out with the StreamYard joint. You know what I mean? Yeah. So shout out to her. And the edited YouTube version of the show will be uploaded later on this evening. It takes me a while to, add some special effects and all that. So, chopped and screwed and all of that. So we appreciate y'all, checking it out after I do that. So, but the StreamYard version will be up immediately and all that other stuff. So, but anyway, I guess we can go ahead and wrap it up, man. For Triad Hip Hop Podcast, episode 175. This is your man Kurt, and this is
Howie.
And we're gonna see y'all in the next one. We appreciate you. Peace. Peace.